Let me ask you this question. Why do you care so much about the opinions of others? Come on, let's get into it. Why does other people's opinions matter? Why do they matter? You chilling with Be Me Is Free with me, your host, Just Me Juan. And why does it matter? The crazy thing is, when you think about all the inventions that were ever created, I'm sure there were a lot of people who thought that idea was stupid. But had the inventor succumbed to the opinion of somebody else, we wouldn't have things such as slides, flip-flops, a car. Somebody decided to create a car when roads didn't even exist. There weren't no streets. Somebody decided to do an airplane, a helicopter, a microwave oven. Half the college kids today are surviving off of what you could put in a microwave. Can you imagine what the world would be like if those people listened to the opinions of others? You know the phrase, opinions are like buttholes, everybody got one. But we need to learn the difference between getting an opinion and getting wisdom. As for me, I have a crap ton of ideas. And sometimes I give people's opinion, and sometimes I really feel dumb about the response I get. But then there were other times I decided, I'm not going to get nobody's opinion. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And then when I went on and did it, it turned out to be so great. It turned out to be one of the greatest, things I've done so far as an artist. But why are people's opinions so important to us? I don't, it's like we're seeking some type of validation through people's opinions. Like, why do you need it? Why do you need it? Why do you need somebody to tell you that this t-shirt idea is cool? Why? Just have the idea. Shout out to Mr. Mortar King for creating my shirt, creating the logo, Move Music Entertainment, Music Management. And let me tell you one thing about Be Me Is Free podcast. We ain't doing no editing. We leaving every mistake in there because I don't really care. I'm not being me if I'm not open to my flaws. Okay, I made a mistake, and what I'm going to hell for? Come on now, stop. But seriously, I have lived the figment of other people's imagination for so long before I decided to be free. You know why? Because I was listening to other people's opinions. I was living somebody else's life. Let me tell you something. Multiple people were living vicariously through me. That is crazy. I'm living what you want me to live, you. And guess who was living Tawanda? Nobody. I wasn't living me. And nobody else was there to live me. But when I decided to live for myself, live in my truth, and just be me, I was saving a lot of money. Let me tell you something. I have gone to so many different churches where I couldn't wear pants. And to this day, I still don't understand why churches don't allow women to wear pants. Not all churches, just some churches. I've been there. My first experience with it was as an adult, was going to a funeral, and I had on dress pants, and I was a minister at the time, and they wouldn't let me in. There was a few of us women. They would not let us in. They made us go sit up in the balcony. It was dirty. It was unclean. It was a mess. But they wouldn't let us in the funeral. And I had to go on a deep dive because I wanted to know, where word doesn't say it. I had to realize when the Bible was created, pants didn't exist. So why is it a big deal for women to wear pants? So I've been in churches where if I was serving, meaning if I was playing the piano, if I was preaching, if I was worship leading, if I was doing anything on the service, I wasn't allowed to wear pants. I'm telling you, in this podcast, I'm going to be all over the world and be all over the place. But I'm going to give y'all my truth. And I'm going to allow y'all to give me your truth. Put in the comments what you want me to talk about. I want to talk about every subject imaginable. Doesn't even matter. We can talk about anything. Because I'm open to talk about everything. I'm telling you. I'm open to talk about everything. But people's opinion is the reason why a lot of y'all not successful. It's the reason why I'm not successful to this day. It's because I wasted a lot of years worrying about somebody else's opinion. Can you believe that? It's ridiculous. I'm going to tell you, ma'am, sir, son, daughter, brother, sister, cousin, aunt, uncle, nephew, niece, friend, beloved, grandma, grandpa, grandson, granddaughter. Your opinion really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, if I'm coming to you for wise counsel, I'm going to take into consideration what you say. But let me make it very clear. I'm never going to send you something and ask you what you think. Because now, whether I pursue a dream is now predicated on your opinion. That's why they say, shut your mouth and don't talk about your dreams and your visions to a bunch of people. Because either people are going to shut them down, they're going to call you crazy because they're jealous and they're mad, or they're going to hurry up and try to do it before you. Now, if you've ever experienced that, I'm going to hurry up and try to do it before you. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Keep your vision to yourself. Keep it to yourself. I'm telling you, it's the best way to go. So, as I introduce this podcast with this video, I don't want it to be like every other podcast. I don't want it to be a beautiful setting and in the same place every time. I might be on the train one day. I might get on the bus and decide to do my podcast on the bus. I might be anywhere. This is a mobile podcast. We're going to do this podcast like the Tabernacle. We're going to make it mobile. We can set up shop anywhere. And it's not going to be a specific length of time. It doesn't have to be an hour. It doesn't have to be 2 hours. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes. As long as I'm giving you something from here, as long as I'm being me, that's all that matters. And I want to be as confrontational, as controversial as possible. We're going to talk about what other people are afraid to talk about. Doesn't matter if it's government, if it's state, if it's church, if it's work, if it's home, marriage, friendship, relationships. It doesn't matter. We're going to get into everything. And I'm going to tell you my personal opinion because it's mine. Let me tell you what I think about the situation. We're going to talk about it all. We're going to go live a couple times. I'm going to let y'all in. I'm going to let y'all talk. We're going to do this thing. And we're going to build. We're going to build from the gutter. You know, I don't know how many followers Be Me Is Free has, but if you see this thing right here, Be Me Is Free, go ahead and follow. Go ahead and subscribe. Like, share, comment, do what you want to do. But I'm being me. It's free because I've been to many people and it's cost me too many things. It's cost me years of my life trying to be what you want me to be. Now I'm being me and my mouth is brutal. I'm going to say whatever I want. I'm not Mason Cameron, if you know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to say what I want. And I'm going to do what I want. So, with that being said, it's just me, Juan. Y'all know what it